This is an Imperial brown ale, 12%, and it's aged in Palo Santo wood. So that is a South American wood that they source, and they actually built this like ginormous foeder from that wood, and then they actually scrape the inside of the bottle to keep the foeder to keep beer in contact with fresh wood. And so that's really interesting. This recipe has been around for a while, and for a long time, this was one of the go-tos for me. Sort of, hey, I'm going to the beer store. What's something really interesting? What's something unique? What's something really good? And a consistent beer like that was Palo Santo Marron, just like holy smokes, wood aged beer that you can find on the shelf consistently. So it's been a while since I've had this one. New packaging over here. Let's dig into it. So beer is actually pretty dark. Comes in a deep brown color, almost black actually. Yeah, almost black. I mean, appearance-wise, it almost looks like a porter. Yeah, it actually looks almost like a stout because of how dark that head is. Wow. Yeah, this honestly looks, appearance-wise, I would have just looking at it, your eyes can only tell you so much. I would have guessed Imperial stout or something like that. Let's look at the aroma. Oof. Aromatics. There's this rich raisin note. I'm getting dried plum, rich fruitiness. Light sprinkling of cocoa, chocolate. This is even a little bit more kind of like what I get from like intense stouts, so like a little bit of that licoricey spice. But yeah, it really rides on just big, rich, dark fruitiness. I'm thinking something like a tropical stout actually, or something like a British inspired, because there's so much fruitiness on here. Cheers. Oh wow, yeah, it does taste like tropical stout. So tropical stout is an export stout that is imperialized stout, and it's sent, or it historically was sent over to tropical or warmer climates, and then those countries ended up trying to recreate the style, and the style ends up being near the ABV of an imperial stout, or sometimes matching it, but it tends to have a little slightly less roastiness and more sweet qualities and fruitiness. This being a quote-unquote imperial brown ale, Asian wood, the fruitiness is intense and it's syrupy, and it sort of makes me think of tropical stout for some reason, or for that reason. Yeah. Big, rich fruitiness. There's juicy raisins in here, more of that dark, dehydrated plum character. I'm almost even thinking of like figs as well. On the back end, there's some booze. There's a little bit of chocolate and coffee roast to this one. There's that kind of spicy wood character, a little bit like, I'm thinking like rye for some reason. Full mouthfeel. Wow, just like really interesting complexities of that dark fruit character, the roast on this beer, the bitterness that comes in, the wood character that's resonating, the residual sweetness driving on the back end, a little bit of kind of like toffee, caramel lingering on the back. Wow. Alcohol moving on its way down. Well, this is a big beer. I enjoy my big beers, but I actually would recommend this one being a share bottle. It's so impactful. And it's crazy that this beer is decently distributed. If you get Dogfish Head distribution, ideally you should be able to find this, and a beer of this quality and of robustness is surprising to have in Dogfish Head's portfolio, because people have to buy this beer. And this beer is like, even like hitting my palate with a lot of challenging flavors and big flavors, which I enjoy. But this is this is impactful. Yeah, I mean, no wonder why I still enjoy this beer, but also enjoyed it back then. I mean, when you get into beer, you look for impact, you look for big flavors, and this beer has that. It's surprising that this beer still continues as a trend. I guess it's selling well enough people buy this that Dogfish Head continues producing it. But how ambitious of Dogfish Head to be putting out, even so early on, its 12% Imperial Brown Ale aged in wood. This is a very challenging beer, and it's delicious. So that's our rating. I don't know what they could do to sort of make it a little less challenging, but man, this is so... What possibly could happen is that maybe the sweetness could be just restrained and like dialed down a little bit. But I mean, if you're looking for a flight beer and you want to teach people what imperialized beer, dark beer can taste like, that has been wood aged, that has impactful flavors and sweetness, this is a great example to introduce people to. Not everybody can find Bourbon County or something like that. So yeah. Interesting beer. I have a lot to say about it. So you guys post in the comments below what you think about this one. Let me know when the last time you had this beer was. Wow, it is a flashback thinking about this beer. So This beer for me is getting good nostalgia, very good beer. Let's go with the 91 on this one. This is Dogfish, has Palo Santo Marron. Until next time, guys, cheers. Later.